urgent summons. I worked with him in this fashion for 10 months, before he canceled the deal. A week later, on October 20th, 1968, he married Jacqueline Kennedy. In the spring of 1974, Onassis told me that he wanted to resume work on the book. His marriage to Jackie had been a sham. On paper, it had lasted 6 years. In reality, it was over within weeks of the nuptials on his private island of Scorpios, marked from beginning to end by calamity. Alexander had been killed. Tina had died. His daughter Christina had been married and divorced, and her life was a mess. He had lost Monaco, the principality over which he ruled for more than a decade, and his dream of making a new fortune in partnership with the colonel's dictatorship in Greece had collapsed. An even more ambitious plan to take over Haiti had ended badly. He was suffering from myasthenia gravis, a disorder of the body's autoimmune system, which made it difficult for him to talk. We both knew that he was dying, and when I asked him why he had become interested in the book again, he told me, "I hate leaving anything unfinished." But he was a curious as well as a vain man, and I knew that what I would write about him when he was dead mattered to him. Throughout the next 6 or 7 months until his death in March 1975, we continued to work on the book we both knew he would not live to see published. Meanwhile, his instinct for self-preservation had degenerated with age and illness into paranoia. Obsessed by tricks and games to test the loyalty of his family and friends, he never lost the power to unnerve. And our book was his last attempt to fix how the world would remember him. He clearly believed he had achieved his purpose the last time we said goodbye. "What you don't know now," he told me with the slow, polite drawl that had deceived lawyers, financiers, and lovers for years. "Nobody will ever know." 6 weeks later, Aristotle Socrates Onassis was dead. Shortly after it was published in 1986, I took a copy of Ari, The Life and Times of Aristotle Socrates Onassis, to Yannis Georgakis in Athens. A distinguished Greek lawyer, former chairman of Olympic Airways, and Onassis's house intellectual and raisonneur, Georgakis had joined the Athens University Law School at 15 and graduated at 20. He continued to pursue his studies at the universities of Munich, Heidelberg, and Leipzig, where he obtained his doctorate in criminal law in 1938. He taught there until he returned to Greece at the outbreak of World War II. Georgakis had been my most reliable informant and a wise sounding board after Onassis's death. A discreet homosexual with a gentle manner and disarming sense of humor, he was not, however, someone to be trifled with. During the German occupation, he defended bravely, and without remuneration, hundreds of Greek resistance fighters before German courts-martial. He regarded Onassis with affection, yet he could be tough on him too. Onassis, he had warned me the first time we met, was a charming psychopath, bound by absolutely no moral imperatives at all. Unless I understood that, he said, I would never understand anything about Onassis at all. Although he had become engrossed in his new role as Greek ambassador at large to the Arab world, he had read each draft of my book and checked the galleys, with a lawyer's attention to detail. The first edition I took to Athens was a token of my gratitude. I believed I had written the last word on the subject of Aristotle Socrates Onassis. I was disappointed when a few days later Georgakis told me that although I had gotten closer than any writer ever would to the truth about Onassis, I had also missed the real story. It was not what I expected or wanted to hear. I should have looked more closely at the events surrounding Onassis's marriage to Jackie Kennedy, he said. He liked to tease me with ambiguity, but I was in no mood for games. Having arranged the wedding on Scorpios, he was uniquely qualified to know the truth. Why didn't he just tell me what I'd missed? "I can't. It would destroy Christina," he answered, defensively. "Let sleeping dogs lie." I knew that his position as permanent secretary of the International Committee